Hello neighbors, it's Brad here at Etrailer, and today we're taking a look at the Roadmaster Nighthawk Tow Bar. Now this is going to be available in two different configurations, and really it's just going to change the ends so you can attach to your base plate. So whether you have a Roadmaster base plate, a Blue Ox, a Demco, or an Etrailer, you can still hook up to any base plate. It really comes down to the attachment points and making sure you're getting the proper one for your base plate. When it comes to tow bars, the Nighthawk stacks up as one of the more premium options out there. It really covers a lot of the creature comforts that you might not get with a more basic tow bar, and that's what makes it kind of a fan favorite of neighbors that have owned it. It's one of my personal favorite ones to use, and it offers a ton of features that you're not going to really get with other tow bars, and we're going to cover all those features. This tow bar's been out for a long time, and now there's a few new added features that they put into this that makes it even better. So we're going to cover all the basic features and kind of show you exactly what you get with the premium tow bar and why it might be a great option for you. Now the feature that maybe not be the most necessary but definitely makes the Nighthawk stand out from everyone else is going to be the LED function. So on the older styles, you would have this orange LED in place when you have your running light circuit on, and also just throughout the entire towing process. So if you are someone that flat tows at night, this is a really good addition, not just for safety, but also it does kind of it does give it a little bit of extra, pizzazz. So if you want to be the envy of the campground, this is a great way to do it. But what I found is, talking to Roadmaster, I asked why they did this, and it's not just for looks, but as you're flat towing, the headlights on the flat towed vehicle are not on, and so if someone's next to you going down the highway for a while and kind of forget that you have a vehicle beside you, maybe they're distracted, this is a great indicator to let them know that something's attached behind your RV and then there's a flat towed vehicle back there. So I really like that, but the new feature that they have on it, they've added on to this even more. So what does that mean? Well, when I hit the brakes, it's going to change over to red. And that's also great, again, to let people around you know that you're braking. But also, if you plan on making a turn, say a left turn, you're also going to get that function as well. So they may not be able to see, the tail lights on your towed vehicle, or maybe they're just not paying attention. Again, this is a great way to get that attention. So brake lights, running lights, and turn signals, it's just another safety feature and a great way to be noticed. Again, not only for safety, but also because it's really cool. This one is rated at 8,000 pounds, so a good chance you're going to cover a majority of flat-towed vehicles out there. And so this is really great if you have a small vehicle that you flat tow, but you might move up to something larger. 8,000 pounds will cover a good majority of vehicles that are flat towable. So you can grow with this tow bar, and it's something that you could probably keep for a long time, and you're not going to outgrow that capacity. Something else that I like to always recommend to people is non-binding tow bars. Some of the older ones out there, as the arms extend, they lock into place, and that's normal across the board. It's when you go to release it. Old binding style, you really have to be on perfectly flat level ground to get it to unhinge, and this one's not the case here. It's a non-binding, so most campsites aren't very flat, or when you're going to unhook your vehicle, there might be a little bit of tension underneath that. Well, pulling this handle up will release that, allowing you to draw the arms out and get it unhooked from your vehicle. Something that I really think helps justify the purchase of a Nighthawk is going to be if you're building out your first flat tow setup. This comes with a lot of the required parts that you're going to need anyway, where a lot of other tow bars don't necessarily come with them. So this is a good chance to check off a few of your required items, and it does it in a really clean manner. So that's going to be your umbilical and safety cables, as well as it comes with a 6-pole. So that's really nice. But the best part is how it sits on the tow bar. Generally, as you have everything hooked up and this is spread across as you're towing, you're going to have a bunch of cables going across, and it just kind of looks like a bunch of spaghetti noodles all over the place. That's not the case here, because cable management is something you'll see on premium tow bars, and I think this one does it the best. So let's fold it up and I'll show you exactly what I mean. The included umbilical as well as safety cables run through channels that are on the bottom of the tow bar. And as you kind of look into these channelings, it allows you to pass those through, and it's going to keep it nice and tidy, but put it exactly where those hookup points are going to be. The umbilical is pre-wired in, it's got a loom clamp to hold it in, and that's for the lighting function. I'll show you that a little bit later. But the fact, again, this is all stuff that's in here, so when you go down the road it's clean, but also when you go to stow things. A lot of other times you got your cables that are separate, your umbilical separate, and you're gonna have to store those in the basement of your RV or in a tow bar bag, whatever it may be. But this is all in one place, and it's just gonna make it a lot easier for hookup every single time. It's less to manage. So I think that's a win across the board. Other ones out there will have maybe a bar that you can hook your umbilical on, and it's not a bad way to get that cable management. I think this one does it the best by far. Talking about things that are also included, a pin and clip. Seems kind of small, but without that, you're not able to get your tow bar attached, so that comes standard. And while we're looking at it, we have a 2" by 2" shank, so make sure that your receiver for the Nighthawk to work is going to have to be a 2" by 2". Now, I'll point this out that we do have a high-low adapter that they're using from Gen Y to get the height perfect, and that's always important when getting your flat tow set up, because you want it within 3 inches of the pin height on your base plate. That way everything's nice and level and you're traveling safely down the road. Now, as far as traveling down the road, having extra long arms generally will help the vehicle track a little bit better behind you. So let's talk about length, and keep that in mind that we do have this extender, so ours is going to stick out just a little bit further, but we'll talk about the arm length. From the center of our hitch pin hole to the attachment point on our pins on the arms, this is going to be 40.5 inches, but fully extended, it's going to bring the arm to 52, and that translates to really being able to cover a wide spread of base plates. Some of them are narrow, some of them are really wide, and being able to really attach to that and track down the road with a pretty long distance here, again, just makes for an easier tracking of your vehicle. It's a little bit easier to navigate those turns. Now, I mentioned it's available in 2 different configurations, and it's based on how it hooks up to your base plate. So this is the standard Roadmaster. It requires a larger pin. It doesn't have slots like a Blue Ox or a Demco or Etrailer. So it is unique to that Roadmaster base plate to be able to hook up to that. So again, it's important to make sure that you're matching it to your base plate. And the new pins, these are new and improved from the previous design, which nothing was wrong with them by any means, but you have a rubber coated handle that you can fit 4 fingers in, and that makes it really nice, especially if it's cold out, to not have to fight the pins. You can get a little bit of leverage. Sometimes you do have to kind of wiggle them as there's tension on them, and this really makes it a lot easier. And on the, attached to the cable that we have here is our linchpin, so you don't have to worry about that getting lost. You just simply put this up through your base plate, pin this in place, and then that's going to be there ready to go for the next time. Now, for your Demco Blue Ox and Etrailer base plates, the attachment point is going to look something like this. So this one is specifically Blue Ox, but it's going to attach to the tabs that they have, and you'll be able to pin that through. So really the rest of it's going to be exactly the same, except for those attachment points. Now, this is the tow bar that actually came off of this RV that our neighbor's been using for years, and it's held up. These do a really good job of being able to withstand the test of time. So if you're a heavy hauler and travel quite a bit, flat towing, again, all the more reason to go with something that's tried and true. Roadmaster tests their products very thoroughly, and this is a very robust system, and a lot of that comes into the quality materials that they use. And so drawing the arms in and out, you want that to be a smooth actuation every single time. So there's nylon bushings that are in here, and that's going to keep it moving nice and easy, and it goes along with the body of the tow bar as well. So it's heavy duty, but it's not terribly heavy. It comes in at about 50 pounds. So it's about the same as most tow bars out there. I love the powder coat finish on here. So it's a dark gray, almost black hammered finished, which is really nice. The hammer finish will help prevent against scratches or really big road nicks, anything like that, as opposed to a gloss surface. And this is a nice powder coat finish. This is not one that I ever really expect to chip or anything like that, especially looking at our neighbor's older one. It's held up and it's done its job to protect it and look good in the process. Now, something I will mention is they offer a tow bar cover for this. If you do plan on leaving this on the back of your RV, that is something you might want to consider. It's a big investment, and it's just going to keep everything nice and tidy and just further prolong the life of it. Another great thing is how easy it is to stow. Some of the other ones, they kind of walk around on you and they're kind of tricky to get latched in place. That's not the case here. You'll simply just draw your arms in, fold this up. You can bring these together as well, and all you're looking to do is get the large head of the bolt into this spring-loaded latch. So as I raise this up, I'll get that to pop in place. Super easy, and once it's latched, then you can choose to stow it to one side or the other. It's kind of up to you. And as I mentioned, that tow bar bag you could just put simply over there, and having that nice cable management here means that that tow bar bag, all you're gonna have to do is take it, slide it over, and it's gonna keep everything all in place and protected. So final thoughts on the Roadmaster Nighthawk. It was already my favorite. Some of the new features really just put it that much further ahead. You're going to get, again, a lot of the included stuff to make your flat tow setup all ready to go, but every touch point, every piece of hardware is well thought out, it's well made, and that's pretty consistent with all of Roadmaster products. I've been highly satisfied as an installer having to deal with their products, and really everyone that I've talked to that has Roadmaster things are really happy as well. Now, if you're a maybe once or two or three times a year a flat tower, this might be overkill. This is a big investment and you may not need all those features, but if you're a full-timer and you want the best out there to make your life a lot easier for hooking up with cable management, this is probably the one that I'd always recommend. And feel free to take a look at the reviews of the Nighthawk and see what other neighbors like you have said about it with their ownership. And I'm here to tell you, you're probably going to be really impressed at how this product holds up and how people like it. But if you end up purchasing this product, please leave a picture or a comment. We like hearing what you have to say about it. That just helps us make sure that we make videos for neighbors like you to get the best product possible for your application.